now, so jumping on the next point, what we have that, right, the crypt force, right. So what exactly the crypt force we have that, right, if you notice now, right, the crypt force is like we can say a tool, or we can say a obvious application or software, right, that allow to encrypt any files, or encrypts means simple applying the password, right. So what this tool are going to apply that, sorry, that applying, that are going to apply the password over any files and any folders, right. So how we can do the same thing? So first, simple install those crypt force for now, right. So what I'm going to do that, I'm going to simple install crypt force, this tool. You can also download from the GitHub or over the source forge or somewhere else, right. So let me run this command in, I'm not sure in my case this package installed or not, but let me check. Okay, so we have crypto forge, right. So simple install this applications for now. Okay, so in my case this package by default install. It's not a free one actually, right. It's like 30 days install. So I think in my case we already used this program many more time earlier. I think in my case this trial is over. Let me check that, right. So after install this application, what option we are getting there, right. So when you click on any file, or right click on any file and folder, right, in this particular options, here we have option for encrypt. When we get this option, when in your application this package installed, simple click on the encrypt. Okay, so in my case this 30 days trial period has expired. Okay, so let me use different machine, just a second. So what I'm going to do that, I'm going to simply install that application, the crypt forge. I think this application is not installed here. Okay, so okay, so after install this application, when you right click on any file, let's suppose we have some confidential.file content, right. So here here we have options. That option is something like encrypt force, right? So we don't have a license for now. Okay, so just a second. Create in a text file abc.txt, something message, and now right click. I wanted to encrypt those things, so simple right click, and here you get the options for those encryptions. The options should be there. Why is not going to show that? Okay, so I think just a second. Let me try. Let me report that thing. And in the Windows, actually, these applications are work like that, right? When you click on those option, we got this option, right? Encrypt those data. Trial period is over now. No worry, I need to check here actually. So it's all about the tools and command, right? We need to follow and check out accordingly. Like we have this tool, that tool, and all. Even though we have a latency as well. Okay. Okay, so we have some network latencies here actually. Okay, so now the option should be there. Okay, right? So when you right click on this file, apply the password like something 123 and whatever the password you have that, right? I want to secure, so just okay, right? And if you notice now the icon is changed now, right? We have this file icon, correct? So now what we can do that with the help of this particular crypt forge, we can simple encrypt, and this lock symbol present that this file is now password protected. I wanted to see those files, just simple click on that. Wanted to verify the password, to check the content, just click on the password, right? And here you can check that, so this is my one abc file one, so you can simple decrypt that, correct? The process and all those are remain same, right? With the, this process what we can do, we can simple encrypt or not encrypt, we can say applying the password over any files or folders especially. So simple we can say like a password apply password apply tools and applications, correct? So that we can say a crypt forge, right? Now so jumping on the next point, the next tool we have that, right? That we can say we have the next tool, that is something like a BC. So in the exam we have this question BCD encoder, right? So what we have is exactly in this particular sections and scenario, right? So in this particular sections and scenario, let's suppose that wanted to encrypt or decrypt any data, right? So simple type the data, it will automatically encrypt, right? And then what we will do that, we simple copy the decrypted data and then we can share to the customer or we can say the users, right? Wanted to check those things, wanted to verify, then what we can do that, um, we can simple provide those decoded format, provide those password, and then the data is in decrypted, right? How we can do that with help of BCD encoder. So in that case what you need to do that, simple launch those BCD encoder, right? So we have this tool, we can say BCD encoder for now, okay? Now launch this application. If you notice now here this application now launched. Now simple type your message like this is ABC file, we can say, or some my important message and all, right? We can say this is ABC file, important message, any message you can mention that, right? And now simple click on this particular password. So by default we have two options, either you can choose your keys mechanism, either you can choose those password mechanism, right? And then click on those encode sections, right? So when you click on the encode sections, right, what we can do that, when you click on this particular encode section, prompting the password, so just mention the new and confirm password, right? Password should be maximum 8 character, right? So just mention those password, okay? Now click on the OK. So when you click on the OK, right, the content are going to encode in this format. If I just show you that, right, so these are a data, right? Okay, so we have actually font size issue, just a second. Here we have encoded data, right? So what you can do, this you can simple control A, control C, you can simple copy entire the data, right? And then you can simple share this data to your customer or the client, right? After that what you can do that, after completing those things, so you can simple run the same BCD encoder and then simple click on the decode, right? So what will do that, right? Let's suppose we have another file, right? And in this file, just a second, we have a network retention, I'm not sure in this particular lab actually, right? Not in our case. So the application not responding properly. Okay, now let me close that. let me restart actually these applications. Now I'm in the OS having some issues and it's in the stuck mode. I guess it's not responding and not doing anything. Let me reboot one more time. So let me relaunch these applications for now. BCT encoder, text encoder. So here we have applications. So I'm going to mention that simple mention something like this is ABC file. Any message you have that. Okay. So ABC file. Click on the encode. Right. Just mention the password. New one confirm password. And click OK. Sorry, we need to specify 8 character password. 6789. Okay, and if you notice now, the data is now encrypted. See, right? So now what you can do that you can simple copy these entire content, right? Control C, right? And then you can also create a file something like that, right? And then maybe any text file or word or any file, right? And then you can simple share this file to your customer or your client, right? So we have this data. Now what you can do that, right? So the customer launch these applications again, right? And what they will do, they simple launch those applications. Now they simple mention your encoded data in this particular syntax, the encoded text, correct? And now click on the decode. If you notice, we don't have anything here in the decoded, right? And now click on the decode, right? They need a password. Just mention those password, whatever the password is set at the time of creating those encoded format. Click OK, and now you have your data. Simple, right? The BCT encoder, what is a text encoder? We can say you can simple encrypt or encode any kind of text file in any other method. Correct, guys? Clear with that? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So in the exam we have a questions, right? What they are mentioning that they simple gave you this encoded format. You can say these syntaxes, right? You need to simple decode and whatever the value we just got after the decoded, we need to fill in the exam. So it's like a plain text and easy one. So accordingly, what you can do that, you can simple specify and then you can simple call these with the help of different method and different ways. Okay, so this is a point. So these are like again these are like a different ways we can say those encryptions mechanisms, right? Where we can encrypt any file, encrypt any folder, we can calculate those hash, right? And we can encode any text file, we can just type those message and character, we can say. So we have like different ways. So in the exam we have one question from this particular sections, like how we can do that, right? So these are like commands and these are our tools. With the help of these tools and command, what we can do, we can simple specify and call those values and then those mechanisms, correct? So that's a point, right? now, so not now, right? The next what we have, that creating a self-signed certificate, right? Again, you guys remember, maybe know that about the SSL and TLS certificate, right? So in today era we have a lot of certificate, we can say certificate authority, CA, right, who provide this kind of authentications and all. But I think again in that particular uh, this particular chapter, that we are going to learn how we can create our own certificate to secure any kind of file.